Welcome to Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure. I'm Rob Wilson.
And I am Tony DeQuano.
So, Tony, we had another tragedy in Hollywood.
We have.
We lost another legendary actor.
I feel like this one kind of hit a little bit closer.
Yes, I agree.
I was kind of surprised, like, A, when this was announced, and then B, also just being kind of taken back by how much this one would actually kind of hit me.
Me too. And I say legendary. It's not necessarily what Hollywood would consider a legendary
she's not
actor, but she is one that
actor or actress
legendary
that
for
Paul Newman was, or Robert Redford,
but legendary in the way of like people of our generation.
Yes,
I mean, she was kind of our Hollywood mom in a way,
right?
You know,
she was. Which is strange because in some ways she was kind of a shitty mom.
Yeah.
But then she also had lots of love.
Yes.
Hey, no, okay. But no, she had some really bad children.
Yeah.
That treated one of her other children terribly.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it.
Yeah. But as soon as she found out that they had left that child at home, she did everything to get back to him.
Everything she could.
Including riding in the back of a truck with John Candy and his polka band, the Kenosha Kickers.
But that's not the movie we're talking about.
No, that is not the movie we're talking about.
It is the actress we're talking about, but not the movie.
No. The actress we're talking about is the late, great Catherine O'Hara.
Right. And obviously we're just referencing Home Alone, which is a movie we could have done.
We could have. We discussed it briefly.
Yes.
Before deciding
we thought
it doesn't quite fit what we're doing right now.
We thought that might be more appropriate at another time of year where we could discuss both her and the aforementioned John Candy.
Yes, together.
But also because that movie, in a lot of ways, also thrives on Macaulay Culkin, which we've talked about. But a lot of it also does thrive on Catherine O'Hara. But I think it's appropriate that we're doing a movie that helps demonstrate her range and actually shows off a lot of her true comedic talent that you don't see as much in the Home Alone movies.
Yeah, because I mean, before Home Alone, before everybody in America knew her as Kevin's mom, you know, she was she was in SCTV with John Candy and with Eugene Levy and with all of those other great comedic performers.
Which is a reason she landed in Beetlejuice, which is a movie we also could have done for her.
Yeah.
Which definitely kind of also would demonstrate her comedic ability. And, you know, Home Alone does show the dramatic aspects of her acting also, right? But, you know, I think the movie we're choosing definitely shows, even though she's not the funniest role in this movie, it definitely demonstrates her ability as a comedic actress.
Yes.
And so I think it's appropriate that we're choosing it.
Yes. And that
movie is Best in Show.
Yes, the 2000 Christopher Guest directed Best in Show. About a dog show and everything that leads up to it.
And all the various people that are involved with it. Some are dog owners. Some are people that organize it. Others are commentators. Like I said, it's Christopher Guest. And what's interesting, like he has a series of mockumentaries. It's
and it's our first
you don't call them an actual quadrilogy, as opposed to like Edgar Wright has his Cornetto trilogy, which are not as, you know, all basically the same actors playing different roles. And Guest's mockumentaries are all the same actors playing different roles.
Yeah, but it's somewhat quadrilogy, but at the same time it's not. But yeah.
But each of them basically, you know, has the same core set of actors and actresses.
Yeah, and we, of course, did a Christopher Guest movie before, not a directed by Christopher Guest, but he was in one of the movies that we talked about before when we talked about The Princess Bride. He was Count Rugen, the six-fingered man.
He was. And we considered another movie he was also very much involved with when we did our Rob Reiner movie, which is The Spinal Tap.
Yep.
Which is interesting about that is that Rob Reiner, I believe, was an executive producer on this movie because, again, like he remained friends with Christopher Guest, and his production company, Castle Rock Entertainment, was one of the companies responsible for the producing Best in Show. So I think he might have been an executive producer on it, or at least his production company was definitely involved with the making of this movie. So The two of them were definitely very close.
Yeah.
So it all comes together. And this, I believe, would be, this is part of our series of noted actors or actresses that did not win an Oscar. Last week, we discussed Cary Grant with North by Northwest, right?
Yep.
And we figured, when Catherine O'Hara died, that we should do this afterwards.
Yeah, because she should have gotten an Oscar, but she did not.
She did receive she got some people wondering for this one, but it was the next movie after this, A Mighty Wind, was the one where she actually that's what people were wondering if she might pull off a nomination. But comedies can be very hard.
Yeah,
especially comedies like this.
Yeah,
are very hard to get Oscar nominations.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we said, I mean, she was an excellent actress. She really was. And she, I mean, she had the chops to win an Oscar.
She did.
And she should have won one at some point in her career, but she did not. So that's why we felt that it was appropriate to put her in this little miniseries.
Right.
In addition to, our tribute episode to her.
Right. So, she's someone that really put a lot of heart into Home Alone, right? And then when you look at her here in Best in Show, where, she just takes this character and then she's, a lot of what's in this movie is all improv. Like the basic sketch of the, of the movie, the plot, but most of the dialogue is all, improv.
Yeah. I mean, right. You have a bunch of sketch comedy people that are in here, right? And that, have spent their lives, in various types of comedy that are all incredible improvisers. Why not let them shine? Why not let them do what they do best?
And she does a great job of it. Her character's not the funniest in it, and it's not meant to be the funniest in this movie, but she does a good job of creating her own character in this world. And you believe in her. And you like her because Catherine O'Hara is a very likable person.
Yeah.
It is a good job of creating a character you like.
Yep.
And she's very, very different than if you had not seen anything else that she'd been in. The only thing you saw was Home Alone, and you saw her in this.
It would be completely different.
Very different.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and she also turns out to be one of the what you would consider lead characters in the movie.
She is, yes.
Even though it's a very ensemble cast.
Right, just like most of these
most of the people in this movie get, somewhat equal screen time.
Yes.
But she seems to be one of the more important characters in the movie.
Yes. Between like her and Levy and Christopher Guest, are the ones that seem to get a big, well, I guess, they'd be the ones that get a lot of the focus on.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And, I think, her chemistry with Eugene Levi is great. And again, it goes back to their SCTV days.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hers and Eugene Levy's chemistry has been incredible their entire careers together.
Yes. And they play
from
a married couple in this movie
to Schitt's Creek, just everything that they were in together. They had such great chemistry.
That's right. And, they play a married couple here, and you believe they're a married couple, and you believe they're just an ordinary married couple from some small town in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You totally believe it.
Yeah.
And because, Eugene Levy, again, this is about Catherine O'Hara, but Eugene Levy is a big part of this movie too. And Eugene Levy his usual Eugene Levi
yes,
self.
He's great. Yeah.
We briefly talked about him when we were talking about, during Uncle Buck, when we referenced Armed and Dangerous.
Yeah.
This is our first time to actually have a movie where that has starred in, where we can talk about him.
Yeah.
he is very,
I guess,
very funny
we haven't
movie.
talked about Almost Heroes yet.
No. Or American Pie.
Yeah, but he plays a Frenchman in Almost Heroes.
Yes. It took a while for him to finally get his due and become but it happened. Yeah. And he's a Canadian treasure technically.
Yes, he is. But that
just like John Candy was a Canadian treasure.
Was a Canadian treasure, and John Candy definitely moved that boundary a little south to become an American treasure also, even though he was Canadian.
And
Eugene Levi he's done that too.
Yes. We embrace both of them with very open arms.
Yes.
But movie also, since we're talking about the cast, other mainstays like Michael McKean.
Yeah, Michael McKean is great in whatever he's in. I love Michael McKean.
I love Michael McKean. We will do Clue one day, people.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. He's great in that movie too.
Parker Posey.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Talk about American Pie. Jennifer Coolidge.
Yep.
Jane Lynch, who we did talk about.
Jane Lynch was in here.
But this is Jane Lynch being Jane Lynch.
Yes, this is Jane Lynch.
As opposed to...
being comedic Jane Lynch. As opposed to bit part in a thriller from the early 90s.
That's right.
While she was still trying to get work. This is Jane Lynch after she has made somewhat of a name of herself. Or for herself. So, that we got... Will Sasso has a small role in this.
Will Sasso has a small role in this. Ed Begley Jr. is in this.
John Michael Higgins.
That's right.
Even Colin Cunningham, who I was trying to place where I had seen him before, because I knew I had seen him in several things before, but I just could not place it.
Oh, yeah.
But he was Major Davis in... the Stargate SG-1 show and the other Stargate series. He was in an episode of Stargate Atlantis.
That's good.
And he was also in an episode of Lost.
Who was he in Lost?
He was in the episode Homecoming in season 1. I'm trying to remember what character he played.
I'm looking.
Yeah, he was in season 1, I believe it was episode 15. Homecoming, if I remember right.
It's a clear episode. I'm surprised that show has not come up more often for us.
Me too. I mean, it's come up a handful of times, but not nearly as often as I thought it would. He was in an episode of Smallville.
I want to get back to Smallville in a second. I want to talk about a couple other people first.
Wait, no. It wasn't him that was in Lost. Yeah, it wasn't him that was in Lost. Never mind. I got him confused with another one of the actors in this movie that was in that episode of Lost.
Okay.
That was... who was it? It was...
Well, while you're looking that up, this also has Michael Hitchcock in it.
Jim Piddock, who played Trevor Beckwith. He was the British...
Oh, he's...
The British announcer.
Oh, yes.
He was in the Lost episode.
I noticed him. I recognized him, too. And
he was also...
interesting. We'll get to it. We'll talk about it when we get there later.
Yeah. But he was also in Independence Day. He was the British... British guy in Independence Day who, when they received the call from the Americans about how to take down the aliens.
He was also in Murder, She Wrote. He was Malcolm Brooker in Murder in White in the 1993 episode. Francis Heatherthorne. I do not remember that character from Lost.
Francis Heatherton from Lost. But it was in the Homecoming episode. Yeah, season 1, episode 15. Which that, I believe, was a Claire episode. No.
I know who he is.
Was it?
He plays Lucy. That's a Charlie episode.
It's a Charlie episode, yeah.
It's Clara returns in that episode.
Yes, that's
it's a Charlie flashback. He's dating Lucy. He owns
that's right.
A copying machine company.
Yeah. He's the one that gives Charlie a job. Yeah. One of these days,
Fred Willard's in this movie.
Yes, he is.
He is opposite of Jim Piddock.
I always love seeing Fred Willard. He is great.
Yeah, he's great in this too.
He's amazing in whatever he's in.
The other person I wanted to bring up who has a small role in this movie, he was in Smallville, was Hiro Kanagawa, who plays the principal at Smallville High in the early seasons.
Yes. Yes, and he has
a very brief role in this movie. The scene is about 90 seconds long.
Yes, he's in a pet shop.
Yes. So he is a pet shop owner or manager in this movie, and in Smallville, he is the principal at Smallville High. He's in like 7 or 8 episodes in the first 2 or 3 seasons of Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of dogs in this movie.
Yes, there are a lot of dogs.
Which makes sense as a movie about a dog show.
Yes.
So, like we talked a few weeks ago with Tim, when we talked about Miracle, how they just basically used actual hockey players instead of actors.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't use dog actors for this movie. They used actual show dogs.
They used actual which makes sense. Makes sense because they're going to be in a dog show, so they need to have some dogs that know what they're doing.
So they have Erica Akabar's Take Me Dancing in this one, because apparently show dogs, right, they have the country where they're registered, and then the kennel, the breeder they're from, and then the name.
Yeah.
So then you have Urchin's Brillo. So Brillo would be the dog's name. But
that played Winky the Norwich
breeder.
Terrier.
Yes. And and Take Me Dancing plays the Weimaraner.
Yeah. Beatrice.
We have a bloodhound played by Quiet Creek's Stand By Me.
Yes, played Hubert the bloodhound.
We have Rapture's Classic, who plays Miss Agnes, the Shih Tzu.
And we had,
I guess there's 2 Shih Tzus in this movie. We also have
Kisses,
Siren's
who played
Red Hot
Tyrone
Kisses,
the Shih Tzu.
who plays Tyrone the Shih Tzu.
Which there were 2 Shih Tzus. Only one of them was in the show.
That's right.
Both of them, yeah. Well, it would be sort of the beginning of the movie, too. It's just...
That's right.
Only the one was featured in the show.
Then we've XL's Desi Does It With Pizzazz. Plays Rhapsody in White, a.k.a. Butch, the standard poodle.
Mm-hmm. And
we do see other
so there's Brockhead
dogs.
Exclamation. There are 2 dogs that play that dog.
Oh.
Because we have Brockhead Exclamation, Rhapsody in White, a.k.a. Butch, the standard poodle. And XL Desi Does It With Pizzazz as Rhapsody in White, a.k.a. Butch the poodle, the standard poodle.
I could see that there's a lot of scenes with these different dogs. I could see them using
which I was wondering, because the trimming of the hair around the hips seemed kind of different in 2 different scenes. I did notice that, so it makes sense if there are 2 dogs.
That would make sense. There's a lot of dog extras in this movie because we see a lot of others get brought in to compete with these dogs that are the main dogs we're following.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. And so, but yeah, we have, and there's a bunch of other smaller, actors and actresses that maybe we'll bring up. But yeah, there's the main cast. And again, we have dogs. This is the movie we've had with the most dogs. We are a very dog-friendly podcast.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We have not noticed that we like to reference the names of different dogs.
Yes, we do. We like to reference, if there is a dog actor in a movie, we like to reference it and give that dog credit for the wonderful performance in that movie.
And considering that the dogs are very front and center in this movie, it was very appropriate to go ahead and give credit to the names of the dogs that were the main part of this movie.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Which, again, it's a movie about a dog show. So obviously there's going to be dogs.
Yeah. And
not cats.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, are there cat shows? I'm sure there's some form of cat show somewhere in the world. But I mean, cats kind of
go for it.
I don't think they would. They don't seem as well behaved, or at least as trainable as dogs do. So,
cat will just look at you like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with cats. If you're cat people, nothing wrong with cats. Have you done? You know, I'm sure we've referenced cats in different movies before. So, but
although if we ever talk about cats, like the movie
musical
Cats,
yeah, right,
we'd be talking about people because they're people in cat
costumes. We would,
but
yes,
then we could also talk about the butthole cut. Where supposedly there's a cut of the movie out there with cat buttholes under everybody's tails. And they digitally removed them for the theatrical cut.
I have heard about this. We could also be referencing the Halle Berry classic Catwoman.
Yes. The movie in which she proudly accepted her Razzie.
Yes.
The same year that she got an Oscar. Wasn't the same year that she got the Oscar for It
was not the same year. It was only like
the year after.
It was like the year apart or 2 years apart. It was very close together. But not quite the same year. So, but hey, cheers to you, Halle Berry. One day we might do the Flintstones movie.
We might.
Or maybe Swordfish.
Possibly. Or, we were planning on doing Executive Decision someday. So.
Oh, yes. There's a Halle Berry movie. That might be the most realistic one to do.
That's an early Halle Berry movie.
That's early Halle Berry. That's up there with the Flintstones early on.
Mm-hmm.
We had to be in the know about who Halle Berry was. And considering we were like 12 years old at the time, we knew who Halle Berry was.
But anyway, this movie, I had not seen it until today when I watched it for the podcast. I had tried watching, like for years, I kind of avoided Christopher Guest movies.
Right.
Just because back in high school, I tried to watch Waiting for Guffman.
Okay.
And I got maybe 10 to 20 minutes into it, and it wasn't doing it for me. And I turned it off. And I think I just wasn't used to the whole documentary filmmaking style, the mockumentary.
It's a different style.
Movie. And so I've kind of been hesitant to really get into any of the Christopher Guest movies since then. And then, I figured when we decided to do this one for the podcast, I'm like, perfect opportunity to, try again.
Yes.
To give it another shot. Mm-hmm. And I watched this one, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
Okay, good.
Just judging by my experience with Waiting for Guffman back in the day, which I would like to watch that one again now to see.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've seen that.
How I feel about it now that I'm a little bit more used to that mockumentary
don't
style.
Remember that making a big impression on me at the time also, but I wouldn't mind revisiting it. And like mockumentaries have become more of a thing. Like you had both the Gervais and Steve Carell's Office.
Then you got Parks and Rec. You got
Parks and Rec.
All those. Which Parks and Rec was originally supposed to be a spinoff of The Office. They were going to center around the copy machine that kept on breaking in the office, and it was going to be fixed and sent to Pawnee.
Even some Indiana, of the Christopher Guest,
they decided to go against that.
And even some of these Christopher Guest movies have kind of become cult classics in some corners, and so the style is a bit more out there for people to kind of latch onto.
Yeah, but
overall, I have found this movie to be more enjoyable than Waiting for Guffman, from what I remember.
Okay. Because this movie definitely has its moments. It definitely has enjoyable bits to it. It starts out
like
kind of when it's just straight up interviews with different people, I mean, knowing that like what it's leading to makes it better. But I mean, some of the interviews just kind of, it's like, these people are crazy.
Yes.
Like more crazy than funny. But I mean, we've done some movies. We've done a couple of movies with, where they're interviewing couples and stuff before, like at the beginning of the movie. Like we did.
There's a particular purpose kind of going within that.
Yeah, but those weren't
purpose.
Yeah, but those weren't like mockumentaries like this is.
Right. There's a purpose here too within the style, but you don't get into that plot as often, as quickly, and like that. For some people, it's just going to be a tricky sell.
Yeah, and I mean, it
hard thing to get into.
It works. That's the thing, though. It works with the movie.
It does. And there's parts, and again, a lot of it's sketch comedy, and so there's going to be parts of it that just don't land quite as well as other jokes do.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. As you said earlier, like Eugene Levy is hilarious in this.
Eugene Levy is
Michael
phenomenal.
McKean is Michael McKean being great. Catherine O'Hara is
Catherine O'Hara. It's just like, you got Michael McKean and John Michael Higgins. They play off each other so well in this movie.
They do. They really do. Yes, they do. They're terrific together. We'll get into a few of the other ones. I think there's a particular couple in here that is definitely dated.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's looking at it, like that's probably one of the harder aspects of selling it. And thankfully they're not a huge focal point.
Yeah, but they are kind of first ones we meet.
They are.
Which is kind of what made the beginning of the movie kind of harder to swallow.
Because they're the two least likable characters in this movie. And their character type that's being spoofed and sent up is a very dated kind of stereotype at this point.
Yep.
That classic 80s, 90s yuppie.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure that at the time it probably played off a little bit better, but viewing today,
they did a great job of portraying those characters.
Yes, no shade on
the actors.
They
did a great job playing those characters. It's just the characters themselves are kind of dated and stereotypical, and
thankfully at the end they don't get the win. So hey,
spoiler alert.
Minor spoiler alert, but.
But I mean, watching the rest of the ovie, it's kind of clear that they're not going to get the win. But I guess they could have just completely, just surprised everybody and, had them win.
What if they could have done this Clue style where
there's like 3 or 4 different endings,
different winners.
Yeah.
They didn't do that, but so I mean, overall, it's a funny movie, and I think it's a good representation for Catherine O'Hara.
I do too.
And it's obviously a different type of movie than that we've done. Also, we have not done a mockumentary style.
We have not.
Haven't really done a lot of like satire either. So it's a very different type of movie for us to do. And that's also a good thing.
Yeah.
And there are, again, like, because it is sketch comedy, there are some jokes that are hilarious. I mean, there's some laugh out loud moments in this.
Yeah.
And I think that's the type of thing you have to expect with any movie really almost any comedy, is that some jokes are going to land better than others.
Yeah.
And Actually, another good example of that, and it's not a mockumentary style. Like Judd Apatow's stuff, like is also a lot of very like improv based, right? It's not a mockumentary style, but he just kind of lets the actors and actresses kind of go where
just kind of do their thing.
Feel like it needs to go, and some stuff lands better than others. And I like that.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. When you have,
it's not for everybody, but
when you have brilliant comedic minds like this, right, or like an Apatow movie, or something, let the actors do their thing.
Yes.
Or another example, you have Jim Carrey in your movie. Let Jim Carrey do Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Don't try to force them into your mold that, you're trying to do, because then you're going to fail. That movie's going to fail.
Yeah. Yep.
You let these people do what they do best.
Mm-hmm. It's a movie we haven't done. Think about Jim Carrey. Like I think that's why people got kind of like thrown off by The Cable Guy, because like they weren't expecting it to be like kind of dark and uncomfortable type of comedy.
Yeah, and originally The Cable Guy was supposed to be played by Chris Farley.
Yes,
it was a different movie at the time. It wasn't supposed to be as dark of a character.
So,
but yeah,
that's a good example. Yeah, but let them go, and I think the screenplay is credited to Guest and Levy, right? The Guest is the director, and he just lets them kind of go with it, and he and since we'll bring this back to Catherine O'Hara before we get really into the movie, but like he trusts her to be like, okay, this is who this character is. You just fill in the rest.
Yeah.
I trust you. And she runs with it. Yeah, and because again, her chemistry with Eugene Levy is so good.
Because
the two of them create
worked with each other for
couple.
Years before this.
Yes.
And so they knew each other. They trusted each other.
Yes. And it shows all with the result of the movie. Because you see it. You believe every aspect of it.
Yeah.
And probably that's part of the reason why I think it really works well for them, because they're just this ordinary couple. Right? And so you can kind of get behind them and root for them. So
yeah.
But it's she's great in it. And again, it's a movie I would we can talk about this as we get to the end. Like, I would encourage people to watch. If you're not, especially if you know the mockumentary style, you'll be probably easier to get into it. If you don't know that style, it might be harder. But just kind of roll with it if you have to. Just try do your best to get into it.
Yeah.
But that's all I had to say before we jump in.
Me too. All right. So, as always, spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about this entire movie, beginning, middle, and end. So if you've not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, then pause the podcast, watch the movie, and come back and listen. If you have seen it or you just don't mind being spoiled, keep on listening. But we are going to be spoiling this movie. You have been warned. So I don't want to hear any complaints about, oh, you ruined the ending for me. We just warned you. We're going to spoil this movie. So
we just did. By the way, we should also mention Bob Balaban's in this movie. He's also in all of the guest movies, but Bob also Balaban. Midnight Cowboy, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Capote,
Lady in the Water.
He's been in a bunch of movies, and he has, not a huge role in this movie, but he definitely has a role. So, but we start this movie, and we're in a therapist's office.
Yes. Dr. Chuck Nelkin.
Played by Jay Brazil. And he is, and it sounds like it's this family therapy session. Is what it sounds like. No.
Yeah.
And he is talking
to the Swans.
This
couple that
Hamilton
we had mentioned.
Played by Michael Hitchcock and Parker Posey. And then it sounds like that this child of theirs has accidentally walked in on the two of them making love.
Yeah. They're talking about this like their kid has walked in on them.
And has been traumatized by
having a tea party, reaching emotional catharsis, however you want to say it.
Yes. And they're having this tea party in an unusual position.
Yeah.
Because they recently bought a Kama Sutra book.
Yeah.
Right? And as we'll discover, and we kind of briefly discussed it, is that, the yuppies are trying to do the it hop, the it thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The suburban,
also on top of that, they both have braces.
Yes, they both have braces.
They both have braces on their teeth.
As discovered later,
which is just these are the ones just a character trait of theirs that they both have braces.
Yes, it's actually a well thought out character trait. It was, this might as well talk about this now. It's funny when you look back at it, because you can tell the time period. This movie is like 2000. Is that they're catalog people?
Yes,
right. Because the internet's out there, but you don't have Amazon yet, right? You're not buying, if you're buying LLB or whatever it is, you're not buying stuff directly from their website, right?
Yeah,
you're still buying from their catalog. And I like how they met at Starbucks, but not the same.
Yes, not
Starbucks.
Starbucks across the street from each other. Two different Starbucks across the street from each other,
and they kept frequenting the opposite Starbucks.
Yes. So they would think that, okay, well, tomorrow I think I'll go to this other Starbucks, and no, you're not there. You're at the other Starbucks. So so after doing this several times, then Hamilton one day decided, well, he saw Meg at the other Starbucks. He just went across the street from the Starbucks he was at. And they met each other. But I also love how he also they said they met at Starbucks. At least that's where they first saw each other, at opposite Starbucks across the street from each other. But then he also just throws in there, oh, I also saw you at this other place.
Anyway, so that we get that later in their interview portion that we kind of discussed. But so we're back at the doctor's office.
But yeah, they're talking about about what we believe is their kid walking in on them having sex.
Yes, but then Dr. Nelkin decides, how do you feel about that? Beatrice, right? So, they think it's a daughter, right? But then the camera pans, and then there's a doggy bed.
Yeah, and there's a dog laying in the bed.
Yep, it's a Weimaraner. A dog is laying there, and she looks kind of sad.
And so Meg reaches down and pets her. She's like, "It's okay, Beatrice.
It's okay when mommy and daddy make love.
We're sorry that we did that in front of you. We're sorry we put you in that position."
So that's when we cut to our next couple, right?
Yes.
And this is the Flex.
The Flex.
And they live in Fern City, Florida.
Yes. Cookie and Jerry Fleck. Cookie is played by Catherine O'Hara, and Jerry is played by Eugene Levy. Yeah, so like you said, they live in Fern City, Florida.
And right now they're at a kind of local dog show. Right? And I kind of like this up. Cookie is the handler, so she's walking the dog around, showing the judge. And it looks like it's just kind of like at a local park where they're doing this. And Eugene,
their dog is
lawn
Winky.
chairs are set up.
Yes, their dog is Winky, the Norwich Terrier.
And Winky wins this competition, and they're very excited about it.
Yeah, and so they're being interviewed. Yep. And they're talking about when they met.
And they met at a dance party.
They met at a dance party, and Jerry was sort of off in the corner, not wanting to dance. And Cookie came over and she got him to dance, which was great.
A big deal.
Which was a big deal because he has 2 left feet. And he's like, no, literally, I was born with 2 left feet. And it pans down to his feet and he's got 2 left shoes on.
I was like, yeah. When I was in middle school, they would call me Loopy.
Because I would walk around in loops. And, eventually, with a lot of therapy and training, I started to be able to walk in a straight line. And then Cookie chimes in and learned how to dance. It's like, and I learned how to dance.
Again, this is where you just let them go.
Yes.
And Eugene Levy just knows exactly what to do.
Yes.
With this material. But we also find
and also that Eugene Levy has these teeth.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes.
So he's got these dental inserts in there that, like, the front, like, 4 teeth stick out a little bit more than the rest of his teeth. So he's got a buck tooth. But it just adds to his character.
It does. It adds. And they continue to talk, and like we find out that Cookie back in the day was quite popular with the gentlemen, and, right? Has had a lot of gentlemen suitors, and then he's like, I was quite the Casanova myself.
But he's like, she's had dozens of gentlemen suitors, and she's like, hundreds.
Oh, hundreds. It's like hundreds. Really?
Yeah, he's like, I was quite the Casanova myself.
I love it's like at Ponce de Leon Middle School.
Yes, at Ponce de Leon Middle School.
They got a picture of him. He's like 13 years old in a leisure suit.
He's 13 years old and looks like Eugene Levy. He looks like an adult Eugene Levy at 13. It's his yearbook picture.
Oh, he's hilarious. So our next interview is not with any of the dog owners. It's actually the president of the dog show.
Yes.
Right? Theodore W. Milbank III, played by Bob Balaban.
Dr.
I was going to say Dr.
Theodore W. Milbank III.
It's actually important because Fred Willett gets into that later.
Yes, he does. And that's Bob Balaban.
And he just briefly talks about how his great-grandfather started all of this 125 years ago. Right? So then we cut to Pine Nut, North Carolina. And we're at at a fishing bait and tackle shop. Right?
Yeah.
And this is where we meet Christopher Guest. And we talked about Will Sasso earlier. That's right, yeah. Harlan Pepper. And this is actually where we also meet Will Sasso's character.
And Stephen Miller, his character. Who both of them play Fishing Hole Guy.
Fishing Hole Guy.
Their character names are both Fishing Hole Guy.
Well, Will Sasso's...
Because they work at a fishing shop called the Fishing Hole.
Yes. And Will Sasso has a thing about how when tourists come in to know where the fishing spots are, like, we're going to put flies on this map. And they can know where the best fishing holes are. Right?
And by the way, this is for the Mayflower Dog Show.
The Mayflower Dog Show.
They're going to the
not the Westminster Dog Show.
No, they're going to the Mayflower Dog Show in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
In Philadelphia, yes. Where they make the cream cheese.
Yes, where they make the cream cheese, but we'll get to that. I want to see where they make the light cream cheese.
So, yeah, they're just talking about how to help tourists find the fishing holes in their little town, right? And so Harlan, again, played by Christopher Guest, he is the owner of Hubert, the bloodhound.
Yes.
And he loves his bloodhound. He loves Hubert. And Hubert are really, really close together.
Hubert is a 2-year-old bloodhound. And you know what's interesting about Hubert, as opposed to the other dogs, is Harlan. He treats him like a dog, like a regular dog.
He does.
He takes him hunting. Dog. You know, he has regular dog activities that he does.
Yes.
He's not like pampered and prodded like all these other show dogs are. You know, Harlan takes Hubert out, and he treats him like a dog. Like, he loves him. He loves him like a dog, like a man should love his dog. But yeah, he doesn't shy away from getting him dirty.
Yeah, well, he says before that any of the shows, like, he likes to take him back out in nature, so he understands that how he is as a bloodhound.
Yeah,
he thinks that helps Hubert understand who he is as a dog.
Yeah,
and that helps Hubert be able to perform at the show.
Yeah,
that's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because all these other dogs, especially Butch, they are pampered.
Buenos noches, Butch.
Buenos noches, Butch. But yeah, no, all these other dogs are pampered, and they're like groomed delicately and all this. But no, Hubert, he's a hunting dog.
He's a hunting dog.
And sure, he's cleaned up before shows and stuff, but he's not treated like, some prized possession.
No,
he's treated like a dog should be treated. He's treated like a member of the family. He's treated, he's loved.
He is very loved. So we cut from Pine Nut. We go to Tribeca, New York. Right?
Yeah, and where we talk to Stefan. Yeah, Stefan Vanderhoof.
Scott. Yeah, Stefan and Scott. Yeah.
Yes. Stefan
Vanderhoof and Scott Donlin.
And Scott Donlin.
John Michael Higgins plays Scott. Right? Michael McKean plays Stefan.
Yes.
And they are a gay couple.
And they have a pair of Shih Tzus.
And they have 2 Shih Tzus, right? And
they have Miss Agnes and Tyrone. Are their Shih Tzus?
And they're going to the local butcher shop, right? They're they're getting different meats and all for the week, right? They're the very typical New York couple.
Yeah.
Right? They're got high quality and standards. They know what butcher shop they want to go to, and like they're gonna be very specific about what they're buying.
Yes, and they're a gay couple.
Oh yes, no, they are.
Scott, John Michael Higgins is the flamboyant half of the couple.
Yes,
and Stefan, Michael McKean, is the very grounded, very conservative half of the couple.
But still very proper.
Yes.
Stefan would be the one that goes to the butcher shop and talks about the butcher handling his pepperoni stick.
No, Scott does that. Scott wants to handle the pepperoni stick.
Scott, that's right. Sorry,
can you pull the pepperoni stick out? I just want to hold it. And Stefan is the one that is like trying to curb that talk from Scott.
Yes. As we find out, Scott later, it's only going to be 48 hours are gone, but he needs about 12 different changes in costume.
Yes. He needs at least 8 kimonos because he's already packed 6, but they're only going to be gone for 48 hours, so he needs 2 more. John Michael Higgins is just hilarious.
He plays it
again,
so well.
Hilarious in anything that he's in.
Yes. So, and then we cut to our next owners, right? The last of the dogs are really going to be following. Butch, right? Our standard poodle. And this is, again, the classic thought of a show poodle.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. You got your poof balls all over. You know, your classic, what used to be known as a French poodle.
Yes.
Now I guess it's just a standard poodle. But like if you've seen Oliver and Company.
Ah, yes, good one.
Think of the poodle in that movie.
So, but Sherry Ann Cabot and
played by Jennifer
Leslie
Coolidge.
Ward Cabot. Yeah,
and Leslie Ward Coolidge, played by Patrick Crenshaw.
Own the poodle, right? Or Butch.
And
what we don't realize is that basically, you know, Leslie is a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Leslie is a very old man.
He doesn't actually have any lines in this movie.
No, he does not. He just sits there silently and shows off his money.
Not talking. Right. And it's obvious that Sherry married him.
He also played Blue in Old School, so
yes. I love how it's like people think we don't have anything in common, but we have a lot of things we like. We both like soup.
Yes, we both like soup
and snow peas.
You'd think that we wouldn't spend much time in bed, but we actually do it all the time. In fact, he's very active in bed. In fact, I'm the one that has to push him away.
And we both like talking and not talking, and we could both not talk about anything all day long and still have things not to talk about.
Yeah. It's obvious in all this. She's just in it for the money. She got herself a sugar daddy.
So, we haven't met her yet, but later we will find out that they have a handler played by Jane Lynch, Christy Cummings.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we haven't met her yet.
But we'll meet her later, yes. So, they've set up the main people who are going to be following, the main dogs who are going to be following in this movie. Right? And then we get Graham Chisholm. And Graham is one of the leaders there at the Mayflower.
Yeah, he's played by Don Lake.
He's kind of the director of the entire show.
Yeah, he's
making sure everything gets together.
Yeah, he's Don Lake, who is one of those actors that, like, you know him once you see him. You've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's one of those
Terminator
faces.
2 Judgment Day.
Yes, he
played
was
the detective in that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen his face.
Yes. He was also in Renaissance Man.
Mm-hmm.
If you are familiar,
which is
with
a very
Danny DeVito classic.
I think it's a very underrated Danny DeVito movie.
Yes. And then a bunch of TV shows. So anyway, yeah, he's like the actual director of the show. He's the one to make sure everything gets where it needs to go during the show, right?
And so they've got him.
He just talks about how several days before the show, he likes to just get into the arena when it's just empty.
Yeah.
And look out and think about how he likes to just take it in before like the chaos begins.
Before the chaos begins. And I fully expected him to say, like, because in 5 days, this place is going to be packed with people. All these seats are going to, this stadium is going to be packed with people. I fully expected him to then go on and say, because it's the Mayflower Dog Show.
Yes.
It's not, the Westminster Dog Show or something like that. I fully expected him to say, and also just with the style of movie that it is, to say this place there's going to be 30, 40 people.
Nope.
Nope.
That wasn't funny. No.
No, he's like, this place is going to be packed with people.
Is it true? We do see a lot of people. There's actually quite a few
Yeah.
extras in this movie.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, now we have most of the main people that we're with. We go back to the couples, right? And we go back to the Swans.
No, we're back to the Flecks.
Okay.
At their party. Because they're Winky. They threw Winky a party for getting into the Mayflower show.
It's like everybody that they know in their neighborhood, their town, the people, coworkers, whoever it is.
But they're talking to this other couple. You know, Jerry and Cookie are sitting there. They're talking to this other couple that, like, they're inches away from each other. And Jerry is talking to the husband. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're going up to Philly. We're going to
see the Liberty Bell.
We're going to see where the cream cheese is made. And then the guy's like, hey, honey, come here. Honey, come here. She's like 2 inches away from his face. He's like, come here. They're going to Philly. They're going to see where the cream cheese is made. And then they all four of them join in the same conversation now.
They're all really excited about that. And then Catherine O'Hara, Cookie comes in.
Cookie comes in.
I want to know where the light cream cheese is.
So they're talking about going to the cream cheese factory in Philadelphia.
Because that's the first on everybody's list is the cream cheese factory. Yeah. Interesting note about this. I had to look this up. Philadelphia cream cheese was not started in Philadelphia.
Really?
It was actually started in like not New York City, but New York State.
Then why was it called Philadelphia cream cheese?
Because at the time, the Philadelphia area was noted for its dairy farms. And so they thought if they named their cream cheese company after Philadelphia, people would just
sell
associate the cows with the cheese and it would sell better.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is New York made Philly famous with cream cheese.
Yes.
Their plan backfired.
It did. Yes. The big Empire State cream cheese.
Because the biggest thing to come from Philadelphia is cream cheese. That is what history knows Philadelphia by.
That's right.
It's cream cheese.
Cream cheese and Sylvester Stallone. Who's not actually from Philly, I get that. But you should listen to our Rocky episode.
Yes, you should listen to a Rocky episode. That was a fun one.
So anyway, they continue on with this little party. So we find out that the two of them actually like to write songs together about
terriers and about Winky in particular, but about terriers in general.
They sing this song, God loves a terrier. And then they get into this other discussion though with that couple. It's like, oh yeah, well also when we're going up, we're gonna see these friends that we haven't seen in about 3 years, but they're 200 miles out of the way.
In Akron, we're gonna drive like 148 miles out of the way to visit these friends that we saw a few years ago. And then Cookie just kind of glares at.
And it's funny because like when we find out their route later, it's like, oh yeah, that route doesn't make sense. And then you realize, oh, that's right, they drove to Ohio from Florida to go to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They could have just stayed. We just normally just stay on 95 all the way up.
But nope, they got to go 148 miles out of the way.
It's really more than 148 miles out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they go to Ohio. Pennsylvania is on the other side of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
You got to drive all the way across Pennsylvania and then up a bit to get to Akron. Anyway, so we'll get back to that later. So that's when we get back to the Swans. Right?
No, that's where we meet. That's where we meet Christy Cummings. Because then we have a little interview with Christy Cummings and Leslie Ward Cabot. No, Sherry Ann Cabot. Sorry. Not unless they were Cabot, Sherry and Cabot. And this is when they're actually talking about Butch.
Yep. And, and she wanted the best handler they could get, for Butch. Right?
No, Butch is the only one. Butch is the only dog with a show name.
Yes.
So just like with horse shows and stuff, a lot of times the dogs will have a regular name and then they'll have a stage name.
The stage name, exactly.
And so Butch's stage name is Rhapsody in White.
Correct. And Rhapsody in White is the 2-time defending champion at the Mayflower.
Mm-hmm.
And is the favorite to win again.
Has won Best in Show 2 times in a row.
Yep.
The previous 2 years. And yeah, she's the favorite to win. He's the favorite to win again.
And we find out that Sherry and Leslie have funded a kennel for Christy.
It is not, it is not confirmed at this time, but it is heavily implied that they spent a lot of time together.
Yes, a lot of time together, and not in the traditional sense of that friendship that we're talking about. So we'll hit there later, right? But yeah, we see the two of them at the kennel walking around.
Sherry Ann is a happily married woman.
We don't see much of Leslie again until towards the end of the movie. We're in a good stretch now where we just don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We see Christy.
We don't really see him till toward the end.
We don't really see him until towards the end when he's in the crowd.
Yeah.
Watching the show. So. And that's when we get back to the Swans.
Yeah,
they're back at their house.
At the airport.
Before the airport, they're in Illinois.
They're in their house.
And we find out that, their dog, Beatrice, has made a pee-pee and made a poopy in a slipper.
Yes, made a poopy in a slipper. And they still think that it's because Beatrice is upset because she walked in on them having sex.
So, Meg is walking into their living room, and again, they're yuppies. So the type that have treadmills in their living room, right? And so Hamilton is on a treadmill.
What's wrong with having a treadmill in your living room? What if that's the only place that you have to put it, and you have to work out?
That's a different thing. They have a massive house.
Yeah, true.
We see the size of their house.
True. They could have a designated room that they could turn into a gym. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And so, yeah, it's they thought Beatrice was over this, and Beatrice is not. Right? And then we get the scene, in a little bit where they're, at the airport. And
they're getting out of the taxi.
They're struggling to get out, and then they get out from the cab or from the shuttle, and they get in, and they have their huge, doggy kennel that Beatrice is going to be in on the plane.
Yeah, and Meg is complaining, we should have gotten a driver. We wouldn't have been here so late if we had gotten a driver. We would have had to wait for the taxi, and then
they argue a lot.
And then Hamilton is like, yeah, but if we would have gotten a driver, we would have had to wait for the driver, and then we had to wait for you to be ready, and then we would get here at the same time.
And then and then Meg's like, oh, do you have the tickets? Again, this is 2000.
Hamilton's
you don't have on your phone. You actually have paper tickets.
No, I don't have the tickets. You had the tickets. She's like, I didn't have the tickets.
And then before they can really settle that, this other guy comes like, oh, hey, that's a really beautiful dog. Is that a Weimaraner? And he goes, and then, he's about to ask if he can pet, Beatrice.
Yeah.
And then Beatrice starts yapping at him.
Yapping at him, just snaps at him.
Yep. And they're like, what did you do? You big mean man.
Yeah. And the guy's like, your dog just attacked me. You need to get that thing taken care of. He's like, I'm going to report you. Like, and then they're all fine. Like coddling. They're coddling Beatrice. Like, oh, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It's all, he came at you too fast.
And we see at this point that Beatrice has a toy that she likes. That's a bumblebee.
Mm-hmm. It's a bumblebee.
A squeaky toy.
Yes.
Right?
It's a squeaky toy. It's a bee.
Classic squeaky toy.
And it's like,
and this one happens to be a bumblebee.
Busy bee or something like that is what they call it.
Oh, yeah, they call it Busy Bee. They call it Busy Bee. That's right. So, right, they get on the plane. Right. We're back with Harlan and Hubert, right? And as we talked, I forgot. There's another point with the Swans when they're talking about how they met. They talked about the Starbucks drinks they like to order.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
And Hamilton had to stop ordering his lattes because of the lactose. And so now he's a chai guy.
Yeah. And she's like, I always just had cappuccino. And he's like, I know. And Harlan and he were they're in the woods. No, right? We're not. Are we at them? Yeah, that is next. Yeah, Harlan and Hubert in the woods.
Right. And so we kind of talked about this earlier. Like, yeah, he wants it. Like,
he's hunting. Harlan's hunting, and Hubert's with him.
Yep.
Hubert's his hound. He's his bloodhound. He's his hunting dog.
And they're just enjoying themselves in the woods, doing what they do.
And then we cut to.
I think there's a scene where we go back into Philly. This is where we get Ed Begley Jr.
No, he's not. We don't get Ed Begley Jr. yet.
Okay.
We may go back to Philly, but it's to talk to one of the people we've met there already. It might be another.
Okay, go ahead.
It might be another scene with Graham Chisholm. It might be another one with him.
Oh, that's right.
About the show.
That's right. Yes.
Because I think this is when he's talking about when he's actually on the floor of the arena and they're putting the curtain up.
Putting the curtain up, and he's gonna make sure that you get off the ground. You separate.
This is the main curtain because behind here is where all the drama happens. Well, we've got to make sure we have this curtain up so that the spectators don't see that drama.
Right, and we'll have a big logo on it, and so we make sure they can see that logo nice and well. But then also that the curtain's up so they don't see everything behind there, all the other stuff that happens. Mm-hmm. They can just focus on what's happening in front of it and on the logo, right?
So then it cuts to
guys holding it up. Yep.
Yeah, then it cuts to the Flex, and they are getting in their van. They're packing everything up to go to drive.
And the people that talked about earlier are giving them recommendations of where they eat along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is
they're helping them load up the van. It's a big conversion van. So they're
classic 80s, 90s conversion van. And this time, again, you're not using Google Maps or any of that, right? You got your MapQuest directions at this point. And you're still relying on different recommendations from people that will give you about, okay, this is where you can stop along the way.
Yeah.
Right? You have not really been able to, you're not at that point where you're researching that yourself, right? You're just relying on other people to tell you, oh yeah, when you're up in North Carolina as you're going up, you should stop at this place. Right?
Yeah.
So,
and then
they thank them and
they drive off, and then we get Harlan again, and he's getting into his camper.
He's got a camper.
And he's getting Hubert into the camper, and he's taking up there, and Will Sasso and his two buddies are coming up with him.
Yeah, they're seeing them off from the bait and tackle shop.
Will Sasso and Stephen Miller, and they're the two fishing hole guys. And Will Sasso keeps on asking if he's like, so you gonna go fishing while you're up there?
It's like it's Philadelphia.
I don't think there's a whole lot of places to go fishing. And besides, I doubt I'll have time to go fishing. He's like, okay, well, have fun. Catch a big one. He's like, have fun. Catch a big one.
At the end, but he's like, you go catch yourself a big fish.
You go catch yourself a big one as he's driving off.
Again, that's what I like about Harlan. Like, he treats, his dog like a dog. But then when it comes time to business, it's all business.
Showtime, it's business. Yeah.
But when it's time to go hunting together, it's time to go hunting together.
Yeah.
And if they're riding in the camper together, they're going to enjoy that time too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're off. And then that's when we get Stefan, right? And
Stefan and Scott.
And Scott, right? And this is when we kind of talked about this earlier. They're packing, right?
Yeah. This is when they're packing and Stefan goes and he's looking through the suitcases and Scott's getting in the closet and pulling stuff out and Stefan's like, "You have 6 kimonos. We're going to be there for 48 hours.
There for 48 hours.
Why do you need 6 kimonos?" He's like, "You're right. I need 2 more." And he goes back to the closet. He's like, "No, it's like Scott. I think we're just overpacking."
I think that's where we get the Taft Hotel introduction before everybody gets there, right?
Even before we get the hotel introduction, we get another scene with the Flex when they go and visit their friends.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So they visit their friends in Ohio.
Yes, they visit the Bermans, Faye and Max Berman, played by Linda Cash and Larry Miller.
And they've recently moved into a different house from when the last time they visited them.
Who Larry Miller, you might know if you've ever seen The Princess Diaries.
Okay, I have not seen that.
He was the attendant with Anne Hathaway in that movie.
Gotcha. Okay.
Worked for the Crown.
So, but they get there,
or various other things. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he's a very funny guy too. But yeah, so
when they pull up, Jerry is like, "Is this? You sure this is a house? This looks like a dump. This looks like Skid Row." And it just looks like it's a rundown house in a dying Rust Belt part of the country, right? So, but they get there and they're all happy, and then we find out pretty quickly,
that Max is one of Cookie's former flames.
Yes,
which was implied by Jerry's reaction earlier when he talked about taking a detour to Akron to stay with some friends.
It's not really family friends. It's just someone Cookie used to know.
Yeah,
somebody that I used to know.
I did not think that song was going to come in here. Well played.
And so they're all there together, and then so they have a son, right? What's the son's name?
The son's name is Zach Berman. He's played by Cody Gregg. He's a little redhead kid.
He looks like he's probably around 7th, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
In that range, right?
He's got a little action figure at the table. Like they're sitting around the dinner table.
And they're eating dinner. Looks like a very basic dinner.
He's got a little paratrooper.
And he's the quiet
action
type.
figure. Yeah, he's got this parachute action figure, and Jerry he's talking to him about it.
Yeah, Jerry's like, you know what? We need to make sure this conversation goes in a good place. Let me talk with this kid about this action figure.
Yeah, Jerry is being a very responsible adult. And he's talking to the kid. He's engaging the son in the conversation. He doesn't want him to feel left out. So he's talking to him about the parachute guy, and he's like, "Oh, what's that on him?" And he's like, "It's a parachute." And he's like, "What does it do?" And so Zach sort of picks it up. He sort of drops it in front of him. So it does this. He drops it, and the parachute goes. And Faye, his mom, reaches over. She's like, "Stop! Don't do that at the table, honey. We don't want to get the parachute in your food." And like, "Mommy's not mad. It's okay."
This poor kid, I tell you. And then, he kind of sneaks off.
Yeah.
Right? With his parachuter. Right? They continue the conversation, and then he just starts talking about his rough day at work. And you find out he's a hostage negotiator. Not hostage
Yes.
negotiator. He's a talks to people about to try to commit suicide and try to get them to not.
Like
He's like, let me tell you a little secret of the trade. They all jump.
Yeah, they all jump.
But this one was particularly rough because he's halfway down. He gets his head stuck in a gargoyle.
Yeah, he's stuck in a gargoyle's mouth. It's like this gargoyle with his mouth open. This guy gets his head stuck in it, and then he keeps falling, and the head just comes off.
It just pops right off.
His head just pops right off.
His head's stuck in the gargoyle, but the body, it just keeps falling.
Well, they're trying to eat dinner.
It hits the ground. Everything just burst open, and finally, the head just comes loose, and then falls after. And then he's like, "Oh, wait, Cookie, you know what that reminds me of?"
Yeah.
And Jerry's like, wait. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I just thought your wife was attractive. It's like, and Jerry's like, oh. Well, how about I compliment your wife on her luscious breasts?
Yes. And only,
like, hey.
only a way that Eugene Levy can deliver it.
So they're getting upset about all of this, and then all of a sudden, Catherine O'Hara, Cookie, realizes like, wait, where's Winky?
Mm-hmm.
They just start going out for Winky,
and they go outside and they find Zach with Winky on the roof of the shed, maybe 10 feet up.
Yeah,
maybe 10 feet above the ground. He's just sitting on there, and he's got a parachute tied to his back. Just like his guy, just like his action figure. Well, is it tied to him or is it tied to the dog?
I think it's tied to the dog.
Yeah, it might be tied to Winky.
But he's holding Winky. Yeah.
So he's just got like this tarp with strings.
And Jerry and Cookie, they're freaking out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come down here, Zach. And his dad's just like, I'm gonna gouge your eye out with my thumb.
I'm gonna gouge your eye out with my thumb if you don't come down here right now.
Zach's just sitting up there. He's just quiet. He's kind of huddled with Winky in the parachute, not saying anything. This poor kid. Poor kid probably got like attacked by a tree.
Probably.
His parents said nothing about it.
Probably. And a clown that sat at the end of his bed. While his parents sat in their room and smoked weed.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't care that their kid was about to get raped by a tree and attacked by a clown.
And then they called Zelda Rubinstein to come in.
This house is clean.
We will be doing Poltergeist.
We will be doing Poltergeist one of these days.
So we don't actually see them get down, so we don't know if he just climbs down naturally or if they jump down.
Yeah, we don't see him get down. Yeah, or if he parachutes down.
We know Winky survived.
Yes.
We do know that.
Yes. We do know that. But yet, in the middle of their dinner time conversation, before we meet Zach, is when it cuts to the hotel. And we meet the hotel manager.
And that's Ed Begley Jr. And this is the Taft Hotel. And he's just talking about how, like, this is a big deal for us every year, right? We, most of the contestants and their dogs, right? This is where they stay, is at our hotel. And then so he's taking we do like a quick tour, and then we go to like the main housekeeping office. And he's like, yeah, we're always prepared because with all the dogs, there's always all these messes. So we have a lot of different products that we can use to attack the different messes.
He's like, this one right here, this is good for your small stains and odors and your general dog things.
This is a little bit more heavy duty. This is when you have your Mastiffs and your Great Danes, and they make a poopy. We got to go a little bit heavier. Like, it reminds me of the time we had this rock band come into town. We already got the rubber sheets out in anticipation, but they sacrificed a goat.
They sacrificed a goat. I mean, that's the thing. When you have so much improvisation in a movie like this, there's no telling how wild it's going to get. but yeah, so he finishes up there, and then it cuts back to the dinner conversation we already talked about. and we meet Zach, and then we have the parachute party. The parachute party in the backyard.
Oh my
God. Then we get. So then people start showing
on
up.
The road also.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
And we find out
on the road.
They're stopped to the side of the road, and he's just kind of sitting by himself, and we find out that he's an amateur ventriloquist.
Yes, and he's got this ventriloquist dummy, and he's practicing with it.
Yes, and he's good.
Well,
so
I don't know. I think that depends on your definition of good.
An amateur, he's good.
He's trying.
Yes, exactly.
He's trying.
I'm pretty sure
he's
Christopher
genuinely trying.
Is very good.
He's got a little book out. He's got a little ventriloquism book, and he's trying to learn how to say different letters.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's a brief little scene, but it's funny. And then is this when we get the morning talk show?
Yeah, so we get we get the scenes now that kind of
because now people are starting to arrive in Philly.
So, and really the Wards actually live like near Philly, like they're local, right? And but yeah, so we get this morning talk show that is a local Philly morning show, right?
It's called Philly AM.
And yes, and Christy and Sherry are appearing on it.
Yeah, and they're talking about Butch.
Yep.
And they've got Butch with them. And and Butch has like there's very interesting the fur around Butch's hips. It's very interestingly trimmed. So it's like basically there are these two puffs of fur.
Little puffs or poof,
looking like a butt.
It's a butt.
It's a butt. and the Philly AM. So the hosts, the Philly AM hosts, are played by Terrell Rothery, who was also in Stargate SG-1. And we have Dave Cameron as the other host.
Okay.
And Dave Cameron asks about the poofs on the hips. So this is when Christy explains that those are to keep the hips warm.
Yes, they're Follow-up questions like, why not just keep all the hair on?
Yeah, why not just keep all the hair on? But nope. It's like those, we keep those poofs to keep the hips warm. So then,
did Sherry have a response to that also? That's like was like just very nonsensical,
something like that. I don't know. But then we have various people showing up at the hotel.
Yes. Right.
And meeting with Ed Begley Jr.
Yes.
And checking in the rooms.
You have Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan and Scott.
They show up and Scott turns his back and he's like, and Ed Begley's like, I have you down for a queen.
And Scott turns around like, what are you saying? And he's like, oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding with you. I know what you meant. I love when they go in, like they accessorize the room.
Yes, they go in. He's got a hammer and he's nailing this blanket up against the wall behind the bedboard. And then he puts other things so they can hang a little banner. So that they can have their tea ceremonies. The reason why he brought all those kimonos.
Jeez.
And Scott's wearing a kimono at the time while he's hammering the stuff in
there. we see, we see the Swans in their room. I don't think
the Swans. The Swans. Yeah, they're in their room.
They have different ribbons up there, and they have more like a little kitchenette and suite, right? And then the Flex show up, right? And
the Jerry's Flex come up. The Flex come up to the counter. They go up to the desk, and Ed Begley Jr. is there, and
he's like, "Oh, you must be here for the Mayflower."
He must be here for the Mayflower, and yes, we are.
Cookie and Jerry Fleck. Like, okay, I have you here.
I have you here. Do you have a credit card for the deposit? And they hand him a card, and it's like, oh, it's telling him his credit card isn't good. It's telling him it's a bad card, and they're like, oh, that's.
And Jerry already.
There's no way that could be the case
right now. Jerry's like, oh boy. And Cookie's like, oh no, that's like, that's a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. Don't worry, it's a good card. Try it again. Try rubbing the strip on it, and. He's like, so he swipes it again, and he's like, oh, it's still not working. And like, oh no,
that should be.
There's no way that should be a good card.
And Jerry's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, but my wife does all the bill paying.
And then Cookie's like, we don't have to pay till the second. We have to pay till the second.
We have to pay the second warning.
Until the second notice.
Go ahead and call them.
Go ahead and call them. Call them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
He's like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. So Ed Begley Jr. calls the credit card company, and he's like, oh, would you like to talk to the cardholder? Because he'd like to talk to you. He hands Eugene Levy the phone.
This is Jerry Fleck.
Like, this is Jerry Fleck. And he's like, oh, really?
Oh, you
but we don't have to pay this till the second warning. And you sent a second notice. Okay. Okay, so that card's not going to work. Do you take cash? It's like, oh yeah, we can take cash. So it'll be, for 2 nights, $150 a night. So that'd be $300. And Jerry's looking through his wallet. He's like, all right, well, I don't have $300.
$17 and a hell of a nice watch.
A nice watch. If only.
No, actually, what he has is $2.50.
He had and a Casio. $2 and a Casio. No, he's got $34.12. I think it's 12 cents. Either way, $34.
Like, wait, what? And then he's like, oh, what about traveler's checks? And
he's like, oh yeah, we definitely take traveler's checks. It's like,
he's like, yeah, we do. And Jerry's like, oh wait, I didn't get traveler's checks.
Because Cookie's like, did you pick up the traveler's checks? He's like, oh no, I didn't. Okay.
And the Begley's like, let me see what we can do. And they can do.
Ed Begley Jr., by the way, was very, he went above and beyond with them.
This is top-notch.
This is top-notch customer service. he went above and beyond. He could have just said, "There's the door.
Yep.
You can't afford to stay here.
There's a
Motel 6 down the street.
In Skid Row, down about 6 blocks that way."
Yeah, he could have done that, but he's like, "No, you know what? I'm still going to allow you to stay in my hotel. But here's what we're going to do." So he takes them
brings them to the room with all the cleaning products.
Takes them to the utility closet.
He's like, we'll bring down a cot for you.
Hey, don't worry,
sheets
don't worry.
Pillows.
We'll get some people in here. We'll move all this stuff out of the way. We'll bring a cot down, some sheets and pillows.
Like, well, what about the bathroom? It's like,
the bathroom. If you go downstairs, down through the lobby, it's it's the lobby bathroom. Just go down there, lobby bathroom. There's running water, there's toilets. You'll be fine. You'll be able to. It's like, and what about room service?
What about room service?
It's like,
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. You're close to the kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen's just around the corner. Just go grab somebody, tell them what you want, and they'll bring it to you.
Tell them to bring them to
and they're utility closet. So bring them to the utility closet. Just yeah. They'll know where it is.
Yeah, but no, and again, Ed Begley does it. He handles it perfectly for them.
Yeah.
So we got everybody. We never actually see Harlan check in.
No, we don't.
So
he has a camper. He's got a camper, so he's probably just staying in that.
Exactly. Yeah, he's just staying in that. Perfect. Yes. So we cut to basically this a gathering. And it's where most of the Mayflower contestants are meeting each other at this gathering.
So the Cabots threw a party.
Yes. Well, I think there's two different parties. The Cabot party and there's the other party. Because the other party seems to be a little bit more simple.
Yeah, it does.
Elevate it.
You're right. They're just both going on at the same time.
We go on at the same time. We kind of cut back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah.
Because take a look at the other ones, it's almost like black tie.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, because everyone's in tuxes and gowns and all this. And the other one's just a little bit more casual.
Yeah. And of course, most of the people are at the casual one.
Yes. I like how Cookie has her name tag not on her dress, but on her
It's on her actual chest. Half of it's covered up by the neckline of her dress.
And the guy's got she's like, Cookie Flack. Cookie Guggenheim, or whatever some other names she had. And Jerry's just standing right there. He's like, I'm standing right here.
Yeah, I'm standing right here.
And they meet Stefan and
Stefan and Scott.
And Stefan and Scott likes what Harlan is wearing because Harlan's there also. It's like, no, it's not Scott that likes that. It's Hamilton likes what Harlan is wearing. It's like, they're talking and Harlan's just talking about fishing and hunting. And Hamilton is more concerned about he's really LL Bean.
Yeah. Because Harlan's sitting there, he's in a suit. And Harlan's like, "Is it LL Bean?" He's like, I'm not sure. So he goes to check it for a tag. Harlan walks around. He's like picking at his collar to try to find a tag. He's like, "It looks like LL Bean."
And then Stefan and Scott, they have a good conversation with Jerry and Cookie. Mm-hmm. Jerry makes this joke that Stefan thinks is, and Scott thinks is hilarious. Like, oh, look at you.
Well, Scott makes it because Scott's name tag says Mary. It says, "Hello, my name is Mary."
Right. That's what Mary. That's right.
And Stefan is like, "Yeah, this is this is Mary. He's very proud." And then Scott's like, "Oh, my name's not Mary. My name's Scott." And then Jerry's like, "Oh, proud Mary."
That's right.
And they have a laugh, and Cookie's kind of confused at what they're laughing at.
And so, but yeah, then the other party is, kind of like the head honchos, the Mayflower.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Leslie and Christy and all of them.
And yeah.
And again, this is much more formal. There's a whole ice sculpture
and Sherry Ann
of Butch, right? And apparently, I guess when
so Christy
over.
explains it as, there's this ice sculpture of Butch, and the way we tell what time it is when is when this ice sculpture melts completely, the party's over.
And we find out too that Sherry Ann is gonna do Christy's makeup for the show tomorrow.
Yes.
And she's very excited about this because she considers herself this artist of makeup.
Yeah.
Right. So the parties all end.
And then we get Scott and Stefan in their hotel room.
Yes.
And Scott has he's put, a mask all over his face.
Right? Yeah, he's got his night mask on for skincare.
And this is when, Scott's up there hammering the stuff into the walls where he's wearing the kimono and he's hanging up the tapestry behind the bed.
We have many tapestries.
We have many tapestries.
And if you are
Scottish Lord, I am Mickey Mouse. How dare he?
How dare he?
Anyway, go back and listen to our Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade episode. That was a fun one. But so this is when they were putting all that stuff up, and Stefan is on the phone and he's calling Terry, who they have watching Tyrone, their other dog, because only one of their Shih Tzus is in the show.
Yes.
Miss Agnes is the only one that's in the show, so Tyrone is at home with Terry, who we find out later is their photographer. But
right, that's much later.
Yeah, so he's like, "Oh, can you put Tyrone on the phone? We want to talk to him." So I'm sitting there like, "Oh, I can hear him breathing." Like, it's
Again,
okay.
This is 2000.
It's okay, baby. It's okay, Tyrone. We'll be home tomorrow. Just hang in there.
FaceTime, Skype. You gotta... Yeah. I can hear him breathing. Oh, my.
But Michael McKean plays it perfectly.
Yeah, he does. Such a good actor.
Yeah.
Such a good actor. And that, ends the night.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the next day.
And it's show day.
It's time for the Mayflower.
It's time for the Mayflower Dog Show.
And Fred Willard is the main
so we have Fred Willard and Jim Paddock, because every dog show needs a Brit.
Yes. So, and Jim Paddock, he is the one that's providing the actual commentary.
So, Jim Paddock is the straight
expert.
One. He is the one who's playing it completely straight.
Yes, and he's the one that knows all about the dogs.
Yeah. Fred Willard playing Buck Laughlin. Buck Laughlin is the one who's, commentating on everything but the dog show. And Trevor Beckwith, played by Jim Paddock, he's the one. He is the professional, dog show announcer.
And they've done this together for multiple years.
Yeah,
and you can tell Trevor, again, he's proper. He respects the dog show, right? This is the dog show is a big deal to him.
Yeah.
And he must respect the dog show.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Willard is just Fred Willard. And
yeah.
Trevor does not like Buck very much.
But he tolerates him enough to get through this. But you can tell he's not going to go get a beer with him afterwards.
No. Buck has this giant red bow tie.
Yes. Again, Fred Willard is brilliant.
Yes, he is.
In anything that he's in.
And the starting the broadcast, he's like, "So Trevor, you wrote a book called Follow the Lead." Right?
Nobody's just like, no, you wrote a book, didn't you? And Trevor's like, yes, I did. It's called Follow the Lead. It's about dog training.
Right. And so, and the two of them just they're terrific together. They again just how to be the ones to play completely straight and one just to be
completely off the wall.
Off the wall. And to do it like kind of like it's
the two of them have such great chemistry. They really do. They play off each other so well. It's
hard because like they have to sell like this is an actual broadcast, and you would believe this would be an actual broadcast for the dog show.
Yeah,
and it's sold really well because they're funny and good actors. It works well, really, really well. So, and that's right. Talking about so about following, it's about dog training and obedience, right? It's like Buck's like someone tried to train me once, but they put hot candle wax on my private parts.
Someone tried to train me once, but it all fell apart when hot candle wax spilled on my privates.
You have Jim Piddock there, Trevor. Just like, okay.
Okay, and moving on.
I think the favorite tonight is anyway. But what we get next is we get shots of them like starting to prep their dogs backstage, and the first one we see are going to be the Swans, right? And then they realize that they don't have Busy Bee.
They don't have Busy Bee because Beatrice is starting to get concerned.
Yes, they could tell that she's
tell that she's nervous, and they need Busy Bee so that she can have her toy. She can have her favorite toy.
And they can't find Busy Bee with them there at the show. Like they think, okay, well, it's Busy Bee back in the hotel room. So
they start fighting. They start arguing right there in the middle of the thing, which is the whole reason why they put that curtain up. So that the crowd can't see the drama. Yeah, so they're arguing right there in the middle of this area where everybody's prepping their dogs.
and it's like their braces are they're there. They're just spitting as they're yelling at each other.
Because Hamilton is he's the handler. You know, he's supposed to be Beatrice's handler. So he's got to be there with the dog. I got
to handle her. I got to get her groomed and ready. You go back to the hotel.
Yeah, so Meg goes back to the hotel to try to find Busy Bee.
And again, because Mark Schaefer, or Ed Begley Jr., so Mark Schaefer, the hotel manager, because he is an upstanding customer service.
Yes. He has taken one of the maids up there. So he and one of the maids is up there helping Meg just scour this room, trying to find. Yes, Carmen Aguirre plays Taft Hotel Maid.
And they're just doing everything.
They are doing everything.
She's turning everything, and they can't find it.
And then Ed Begley Jr., he's kind of just standing there. He's like, "Did you try looking under the bed?"
It's like, of course I looked under the bed.
Of course I tried looking under the bed. What are you talking about? I've looked everywhere in this room. And he's like, well, there's a pet shop downstairs. You can go and buy a new toy. And she's like, why didn't you tell me in the first place? You're a genius.
And she starts screaming at the maid. It's like, I'm going to call INS.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to call INS on you. I'm going to get you deported. Send you back to where you came from.
It's like, I'm here legally. I've been trying to help you. She storms out the room, and the two of them just look at each other like, that woman is
crazy.
So she goes down to the pet shop.
So she goes down to the pet shop.
And the guy that...
Well, she's not at the pet shop yet. It cuts back. Right. It cuts back to the dog show, which before she went back to the hotel, we actually got the hound competition.
Oh, the hound group. Yes.
We got the hound group coming.
The hound group is the first one.
And so we have Erlene Luke playing the Mayflower Hound judge. And so you got Harlan coming out with you got Harlan coming out with Hubert and all the other hounds.
And, you see her, checking some of the dogs, and she checks one of the dogs, right? And it's a male dog, and so she
lifts up the tail and
grabbing the
so
tail, grabs the balls.
Fred Ward, you got Buck asking about what's going on there.
It's like, oh, it looks like she's in the testicular area.
And of course, Trevor's trying to keep it all professional. He's like, oh, well, it's important. They check the teeth. They check, make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be.
He's just like, I don't think I'd want to take her on a first date.
So I guess through all that, and then they're prancing the dogs around the floor, and then she goes to pick her final four.
Well, before the final four, right? Hubert's out there. We see Hubert, and they're talking about Hubert, right? And Trevor's like, "Oh, I think this is a really good dog.
Right.
I think he's a little young.
He's a little young.
In the future, this could be
give him a couple of years.
Champion dog.
Yeah, give him a couple of years. But right now, he's just a little bit green,
right? And then and Buck's taking already. Oh, that's a bloodhound. That's like a Sherlock Holmes type dog, isn't it?
So maybe they should just get like a Sherlock Holmes hat and a pipe and put it in his mouth, and that'd be great if they could do that. Is that the kind of thing that is that allowed in this kind of competition?
And well, it's not quite the purpose of these shows.
And then he won't let up about the Sherlock Holmes outfit for the dog. He's like, yeah, and you can try to make it so that there's smoke coming out of the pipe.
And maybe you can ride it like a jockey.
No, that's later with the Greyhound. That's right. With the other hounds.
That's right. And later the hound group. And then we finally get to the end, and she's looking around, and she picks Hubert out first.
Yeah, and then she picks the three others, and then has them he has them do another circle, and then goes to their numbers of what place they're in, and it's like, in that number,
around the circle,
they're in that
Hubert. She says 1.
Yeah, and she's like, in that Hubert order.
Won his group.
Yeah, she's just like that order. So Hubert first, and then the other dogs, and then and then Buck is like, oh, the Sherlock Holmes dog won.
That's a surprise, right? You said he was a little green. Yeah, no, I thought he could win next year. So that's when we cut to the pet shop.
Yeah, that's when we cut to the pet shop.
He and the owner there, he gets off the phone.
Well, we still have the toy group before the pet shop.
Oh, the toy group.
Yeah, so actually I think it's after the hounds, then we get the hotel room.
That's how we get the hotel.
And then it cuts to the toy dogs, which is where Scott is with
Shih Tzu.
Yeah, with the Shih Tzu, with Miss Agnes. And
that's right. And again, Scott is the handler. And, Stefan he's up there. Yeah,
he's
got little opera glasses. And he's
Stefan's in the crowd. He's got little opera glasses. He's like 5 rows back, and he's got opera glasses.
And Scott is very performative. He's got a little flair of how he walks about with it, and
he's got fancy suit that he's wearing, and
they win their group.
Miss Agnes wins their group. And so then it goes to the pet shop. And Meg goes into the pet shop, and she's talking to the pet shop owner. This is where Hiro
Kanagawa. And it's like, I'm looking for this toy. It's a
bee. It's a bumblebee.
Yellow and black stripes.
It's a bumblebee. And do you have anything like
that? And right next to him, he's got this bear in a bee costume.
Yeah, he's kind of like looking at it confused. He kind of slowly reaches up to it and grabs it off the rack, and he's
thinking, okay, I don't know exactly what toy.
And she's like, no, that's a bear in a bee costume.
Well, it's like, but it's yellow and black. And I think maybe the dog's responding to the stripes.
But no, it's a bee. It's a bee. It's about this big, and it squeaks. It's a squeak, and just above that, there's a parrot. There's a stuffed parrot, and so he grabs that, and he's like, "Here, this is kind of bee shaped, and it squeaks."
And he
squeezes it a couple times, and he's like, "No, but that's blue and red. That's not red and yellow." It's like, yeah, but I think
he's really responding to the squeaking.
Yeah, I think he's responding to the squeaking and the contrast of the colors rather than the particular colors that it is. It's like, but no, that's a parrot.
It's a dog. It's not a human.
And he's like, well, there's some more.
Well, there's a bin over there with a bunch of different squeaky toys. You can look through it. Maybe there's a bee in there.
So, like, there's that one right there. Right there. There's that black and white striped one. And she picks up, it's a fish. Like, it's kind of shaped like a bee. It's like, no, this is a fish. This is not a bee.
Well, you and I know that, but the dog doesn't know that.
So then she just reaches down, grabs just a random, like, rooster. He's like, okay, I'm going to get this one.
That's the least like a bee
that I've shown you. It's like, I don't care. You don't have what I need. I'm going to buy this one, and I'm going to go.
Takes a lot.
So she just throws some cash down on the counter and walks away.
It's probably not right away, but I think it's probably not just Steven. He gets it back, and he's like, Hamilton's like, that's not a bee. It's like, it's what they had.
Yeah, it's what they had.
So the next group is the terrier group.
Yes, the next group is the terrier group, and
like, oh, everyone loves this group. This is the fun group, you know. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves.
And so terrier. Cookie is out there. She's the handler for. She's the handler for Winky, and you know she goes through. Winky ends up winning that one. Yes. That group.
Well, while they're doing that, there's not a lot of commentary on this one, but Buck looks like when they're looking at when Winky's out there, it's like, oh, that handler looks familiar.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
So, and then I want to talk about that at the end of that. There's like, again, they're talking about the Mayflower. Oh, no, that's right. No, there's a little bit of a break from the action where they have Buck goes down, and he is talking with Dr. Theodore Bilbank.
Yes,
about the Mayflower.
Yeah, about the Mayflower.
He's like, so this makes sense because we're in Philadelphia. This is the Mayflower. This is where Christopher Columbus landed.
It's like, this is where the Mayflower landed, and I don't think the Mayflower. No, yeah. Christopher Columbus was there, and
it's like, no, that's
different. He's like, no. I know there were multiple ships. There was the Nina and the Pinta, and there were a few ships, and it's believed that they landed here, but they actually landed down in the Florida Keys.
No, the Mayflower. The Mayflower landed in Massachusetts at Plymouth Rock. So, we'll let the historians sort. We'll let the
historians sort that out.
He's like, oh, by the way, you're a doctor. It's like, I've had this problem with my shoulder. Can you take a look at it?
Like, I'm not that kind of doctor. Oh, okay, that's right, folks. He's not that kind of doctor.
Maybe, I don't know if this is where it comes in backstage, but I can't remember if this is before the non-sporting group.
Because next we have
the scene there where we get Christy.
We have the sporting group before the non-sporting group.
Right. I think we get the sporting group first, right? And this is where we have the Wire Rider, right? Beatrice.
Yeah.
With the swans.
Corrine Coslow is the judge. Are these actual dog show? No, I guess they're not all actual dog show.
Well, at least
one or two of them might be.
One.
Yeah, one or two of them might be actual dog show judges. I don't know.
Well, what's interesting is that they wanted to actually film at an actual dog show, but they couldn't do it. And so they had to end up just creating their own dog show.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But Beatrice goes ahead and just straight up attacks.
Yes. Beatrice attacks the judge. Just like, not really attack her, just jumps up on her.
Yeah, just jumps up on her.
You know, keeps jumping up on her.
And yeah, that's the thing. It's not just once. No,
and so jumping up. So Beatrice gets disqualified.
And Hamilton's like, oh, no, she'll be okay. So it's like, nope.
Nope, she's been dismissed.
She's been, yeah. She's very professional about how she does
it. So Beatrice was dismissed.
Right.
And then they go on. So and of course, Meg and Hamilton argue about why she was dismissed with each other. Like they argue with each other about why she was dismissed.
So,
and you know what caused her to be like that?
Yes. It's like, you know, when mommy. No, anyway.
Yeah.
So then we Christy. We have seen back with Christy, where she looks over at Harlan. You know, and she sees Hubert. It's like, oh man, that's a beautiful dog. He looks great. This is after Hubert's won, right?
Yeah, after Hubert's won his group.
They're just chilling until the best in show part of it. And it's like, oh yeah, he's like, oh, you're a good doggy, aren't you? And she looks at her like, you know who I am? It's like I'm Christy Cummings. It's like, oh, you handle Rhapsody in White.
You handle Rhapsody in White. It's like, yeah.
It's like I do and I don't know you. It's like, yeah, I handled Rhapsody. Like, you know, we're 2-time best in show winners. It's like, well, good luck. trying to play the mind game.
Trying to play the mind games. And so then we get to
the
non-sporting group, which is where Rhapsody in White, Butch is.
Right. And at this point, we have Sherry Ann. She's getting nervous. So she goes to the concession stand and she buys some popcorn. Half salt,
extra
half
large
butter.
Extra large popcorn, half butter, half salt. And then she's like, I know I shouldn't be eating like this, but I just can't. I can't stand it. She's like, I want to go out there, but I've been told, my therapist told me that I need to listen to that inner voice, and my inner voice is telling me not to go out there right now. So I'm not going to go out there until I hear the signal to go out there.
So you just chowing down her popcorn.
Just chowing down popcorn.
So meanwhile, also forgot about this. Stefan and they've gone back.
Yes, Stefan and Scott, because Scott needed a costume change. He needed a wardrobe change because they overpacked and all that, so he has got to wear everything that they brought.
So they're back at the hotel.
They're back at the hotel, and they're watching it on the TV.
Right.
And so they watched what happened with Hamilton and Beatrice, like on TV.
They saw that, and then now they're watching the non-sporting group, which has Rhapsody in it, right? And then Red Will, he's so funny. Buck looks at like the judge, like, yeah, she looks like a cocktail waitress on an oil rig. He says that about Christy.
He says that about Christy. He's like, yeah, she looks like a cocktail waitress on an oil rig. And then Trevor's like, we're talking about the dogs here. Not the handlers.
And so they go around and Rhapsody or Butch wins. Oh wait, no. As they're doing it, as they're talking about Butch, we discover that Butch is a bitch.
Yeah.
So he's like, so Butch is a bitch. Yes, Butch is a bitch. But yes, Butch wins. And then the Scott and Stefan, they're like, all right, okay. And then the camera pans to, Christy's getting really excited. She's on the floor. She's the most excited of anybody that's won so far. And then she goes down, she runs down the concourse with, to where Sherry Ann is. And they just
start making out. They just start making out right there on camera. And Stefan and Scott see this on the TV.
Rhapsody has two mommies.
Rhapsody has two mommies.
Right. And then we cut from there to it's the best in show.
Best in show. And so they bring out all the winners of the groups, which is
before
most
that,
of who we've been following this whole movie.
They're ready to bring all of them out.
They're ready to bring them all out. And
all they're ready in the staging area to go out.
And Cookie is down there with Jerry, and Cookie trips and falls.
She trips. And she badly twists her knee.
Mm-hmm. Or
and she tries to walk it off.
Does she, though? Or is she faking?
Question. That's a good question.
Because, I mean, evidence later shows that maybe she's faking it. But I don't know. Maybe she's got nerves. Maybe it's real. I don't know. But either way, she is unable to be the handler for Winky.
And it's like, oh, well, how are we just go? There's a bunch of other handlers here that didn't, their dog's going to compete. Let's just grab one of them.
Yeah. And Cookie's like, no, we can't. We can't send her down. We can't send her out there with a stranger.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it. And Jerry's like, what? I don't know how to be a dog handler.
And Christy's really like, nope, you got it. She takes the number off Cookie, puts it on.
Like she's real quick about it. She's like, oh, this is it's a shoo-in for Butch, for Rhapsody in White.
And Harlan's like, no, you got this.
So Harlan's like encouraging him. He's like, come on, man, you can do this.
Scott's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you're good.
And so, Jerry reluctantly agrees to it.
And then they call all the dogs out. And then before they leave, like, Cookie just looks in the eyes, like, you're going to show. Like, you're going to show her, right? It's like, he's like, what? And it finally dawns on him, like, this actually is happening.
Yeah.
Right? And so they bring everybody out, and as they're walking out, right, Jerry has Winky, and this is a surprise to Buck and Trevor. It's like, oh, this is like
Winky. There's a new handler.
Trevor's like, oh, this is like and changing the pitcher in the bottom of the ninth in the World Series. And then Trevor's like, oh, we're just getting word that Cookie Black has been injured, and her husband Jerry will be handling.
Right? And what's up with his feet? Look at that. He has two left feet.
And I love how Trevor's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I agree with you.
So, yeah, and the judge for the best in show is someone that we have mentioned several times on this podcast before. Actually, I think maybe like in the running for most side appearances in our episodes, in the movies we do. But we have Don S. Davis.
Our episode, 2 weeks ago with Miracle.
Yeah, we have Don S. Davis, who, we've talked about him in several episodes. And he's
in Con Air
up there.
Also back in last summer.
Yeah. He's up there.
And he was in Cliffhanger recently.
With our he might be like the background actor that we have had in the most
Just
movies.
Wait till we do our Hook episode, because he's in that also.
He is. He is. He just shows up randomly. I did not expect to see him in this movie.
So, but he is Mayflower Best in Show judge Everett Bainbridge. And Trevor Beckwith says that he is a very experienced. This is, and
he is also, of course, Stargate SG-1. So that's 3 Stargate people in this movie. You got to wonder if maybe, they helped each other get the jobs.
I don't know.
Or maybe just because it's a largely Canadian cast. And so Canadian actors tend to be in a lot of the same stuff.
That's true.
So,
but as they say, like, they're going to get the best with this group, right? This is the best in the show. They're going to make sure you get the best judge that knows all the breeds really well.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, all these judges we've seen before have nothing on this guy.
Right. And, he's handling the dogs, and it's like, then, he makes another joke about, like, yeah, I told my proctologist, right? And Trevor's like, yeah, he told that joke last year. Yeah. And we see all of them. We see different dogs now because, there's 7 categories and we haven't seen
so we
7 different dogs.
See a couple of dogs. Like, there was a husky in there, and there was, a couple of different dogs.
There's a Sheltie.
Yeah.
And Trevor's excited because that's the breed that he has. Like, this is my dog. Not his dog, but his
no, this is the same
dog.
breed that I have. It's like, yeah. But,
and yep, he judges all the dogs, and he looks around, and he does what the classic thing to do dog with the best in show is, right? They don't parade them around like 4, right? He goes to the judges table, he marks down who his winner is.
Yeah, who his choice is.
It's
and then
now
he gets
official, they say.
He gets the ribbon, and he gets the cup.
Big ribbon.
And he walks back over to the center of the arena.
And now the tensions are rising. They're focusing on everybody. Right? And I love Scott. He's trying to flip his head up a little bit.
And Scott is in like a even fancier suit now.
Yes. And then we just see him point. We don't see where he points. And he just says, the Norwich.
The Norwich, which is Winky.
Winky has won. And everyone gets excited, except Christy. She's like, oh, she's disgusted.
Yeah.
and Jerry, he can't believe it.
Yeah, Jerry can't believe that they won.
Cookie is ecstatic.
And she runs down there. Like
she runs down.
Because at this point, she was sitting back in the stands where Jerry was sitting before. Else. And so she gets up. She's got this ice pack on her knee, and she's got a wrap around and all this. And she just gets up. She runs down there. So was she really injured?
Good question.
Because she's not acting like she was.
We won the Mayflower. We won the Mayflower. They're screaming at each other. She gives the judge a hug. Right? They got the media there. They're taking pictures. And finally, they get Jerry. He picks up Winky. Puts him above his head. It's a little terrier, right? Easy dog to pick up above your head.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not gonna pick up a bloodhound above your head. And you get the picture, and he's smiling. You get a little bit of a freeze frame. He got his teeth that you were talking about earlier.
His little buck teeth sticking out.
Right? But the movie's not done yet, right?
Nope.
We have to have a little denouement.
We have to have, a little denouement. I love that word.
I do too. You don't always have a proper denouement.
No, you don't. You don't.
But this movie gives a little nice little denouement because it is like a mockumentary. So
they have to have them. They've got to have the post-show interviews. See where they are 6 months down the road.
Yes. And the Flex became celebrities.
Yes, they became celebrities in their little town in Florida. They were given the key to the city by the mayor.
And everyone's like, you have all these songs about your dogs.
And they became recording artists. So
we went to the studio.
They're recording one of their songs, and then
this really corny.
This is really corny song.
The recording engineer he stops.
He stops it in the middle, like right.
He's like, Cookie begged for it. He's like, yes, I thought that was you. Does this remind you of anything? I'm not wearing underwear.
It's like, oh. It's like, Bulge? Is that you?
Like, yeah. I thought that was you. Boy, that was the first and only time I did it on a roller coaster. And then Jerry, he's just pounding his head against the mic.
Yeah, you hear it. Thunk, thunk, thunk. into the mic. Then from there, it goes to an interview with Sherry Ann and Christy.
And they've started a magazine. American Bitch. For the lesbian American dog owner.
Yes. The lesbian American dog owner. Because
I guess released their third issue.
So at this point, I guess, I mean, it's open that they're in a relationship. But does that mean that Sherry Ann has divorced Leslie?
Well, that's what I want to know. What happened with Leslie?
Or did Leslie die and she got all of his money?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Because we see Leslie at the end of the dog show, during Best in Show. He's in the stands watching this. We see him.
Yeah.
So he's
so he was there 6 months ago. But a lot can happen, especially with a man as old as he is, in 6 months.
Yeah. So did he die? She inherited it, and then that's how they could invest in.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm wondering.
The magazine.
I'm leaning a little more toward that, unless he was just fine with his wife having a mistress.
Yeah, which could be too. So we don't know. Not answered. I think we both are of the same opinion, but maybe we're wrong.
Maybe
this is the second option.
Maybe.
Right.
But either way, they needed to be able to have money to be able to fund this magazine that they put out, which is now about to release its third issue.
Yes, and and Christy's like, it was very disturbing and losing. Right. So we forgot too that Sherry did do Christy's hair or makeup.
Yes, she did before the show.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster, according to Christy. It was a disaster. Sherry Ann was offended that Christy took it all off before the show.
It's like, but I still kept my my hair, which is like frosted tips kind of.
It's a very Jane Lynch hairstyle.
Yes. Right. Then we get Scott and Stefan, right? And they're still up in New York, and they're doing a photo shoot of their 2 Shih Tzus.
Yes, and this is where we meet Terry, their photographer.
Yep.
Which I guess it's not necessarily the same Terry that was watching Tyrone, but you would imagine I would think it probably is because they're very close with Terry the photographer.
So,
Terry did a photo shoot with Stefan that they can't show on this interview.
Oh, that's right. Yes. But they thought it's
a very risque photo shoot that they did for Scott. That he did as a present for Scott.
But they thought, how about let's film the dogs in these 30s and 40s?
Because they love these 30s and 40s classic movies.
Dress them up. And so they do like Gone with the Wind.
Casablanca.
And then there's McMillan and Wife.
Yes. That's not from the 30s. That's from the 70s. That's a TV show from the 70s.
Yeah, everything else is movies from the 30s and 40s. And then it ends with McMillan.
But they're shooting a calendar.
And I love how all these people are always really like serious, and then like they just go off the rails with the actor.
Because I mean, again, you're working with improv, and you have a bunch of improvisational geniuses. Of course, they're going to go off the rails because they can all play it.
That's true. That is true. Right, so we get Harlan, right? And he goes on a kibitz, right? And then he gets back to the States, and he fulfills his dream of being a ventriloquist.
Yes.
And he's got this little number where he also pretends to be a cowboy, right? His
dummy's dressed the same as him.
Yes.
The ventriloquist dummy's also a cowboy.
He's doing this in this little VFW hall.
Yeah, this little tiny stage. And he finishes up the thing with the dummy and puts the dummy down on the chair, and the hat falls off of the dummy. And then he turns around, he picks up a lasso, and he starts like he starts twirling the lasso, and then he's like, looks like he's gonna try to jump through it, but he's just jumping it and bringing the lasso across himself, and because it's starting to close up on itself, and just has no idea what he's doing.
No idea. And all these little veterans are like, this is bad. This is terrible.
Yeah.
Right. And then we cut back to...
to another therapist session, to the Swans. And they are once again talking to Dr. Chuck Nelkin.
And so things have been better.
Yes, things have been much better.
Now that we got rid of Beatrice.
We got rid of Beatrice. What happened to Beatrice? That is what I want to know.
I know. Did they yell her Beatrice because she lost her life?
Or did they old yell her, or did they rehome her? I hope they rehomed her.
They rehomed her too.
But what did they do?
Never said though.
What did they do to Beatrice?
It's like, oh yeah, but like our sex life is really good again.
Like our new dog, she loves watching us have sex. She
loves watching. And you see the doctor, he's just kind of nodding his head at this. And he looks down at his leg.
And there's this pug that's just humping his leg.
Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, it humps. Then
just humping his leg like crazy. Like humping his leg like
this pug
crazy.
Is like going to town.
Like this dog is trying to put babies in his leg.
And then and it just cuts to the credits, and that's it. The last scene is the pug just humping the guy's leg. Yep, that's best in show.
That's best in show.
So it's funny. We didn't really mention a lot about Cookie or Catherine Hare, but she is very good in this movie.
She is excellent in
this
movie.
She is a little bit more understated with her role than the rest. But she is very good in
excellent. She plays her role in this movie perfectly.
And like I said, her chemistry with
Eugene Levi.
Eugene Levi is great. And like, so when they win, like, you're really happy that they win Best in Show.
Yeah. And I mean, when you're watching the movie too, I mean, at least I was rooting for them the whole time. I mean, I was rooting for Harlan and Hubert also, just because I love Harlan's relationship with Hubert.
I love when when they lose at the end, like puts his head down. It's like, okay, no, they deserve the win.
Yeah, he's a very humble.
He's very humble.
And he's not a sore loser at all. Yeah, he's like, hey, there's always next year. You're still a young dog. You're only 2 years old. And
you know what? I still love you, Hubert. We will have many more adventures together.
Yeah. So he's going to take him hunting and fishing and all that, just like he was before.
But yeah, the way the two of them, Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy play it, like you're rooting for them.
Yeah.
And their chemistry is great. You can see why they've worked well just across decades.
Yeah.
Like 50 years of working together. Of just really terrific work. So we sadly lost her recently, and so it was good to highlight one of her main movies.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be one of the ones that the majority of people is like super familiar with her work,
right?
But if we were to do something like Home Alone, her role is more or less overshadowed by other people in that movie.
I think we have other places we can put that into. So
yeah, and there's other times of the year, other places
her work is really
put it in.
Is like between like Macaulay Culkin and John Candy and Joe Pesci and she can kind of get as much as you love her in it. and remember her in it. So yeah, unfortunately, we lost her too soon.
Yeah. Yep. But I thought she was fantastic in this movie. And I thought that this was a good movie to give a tribute to her with.
Right.
So anyway, do we have anything else that you want to say?
I think that's it.
I do too. So, as always, if you enjoy what you're hearing, you want to experience more of what Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure has to offer, check us out on Facebook and Instagram and Threads. We are Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure. The and is spelled out. A-N-D. It's not an ampersand like the name of the podcast. We're also on X or Twitter. That is R&T Cinematic. And then we are on Letterboxd, so you can check out our Letterboxd and see some of our reviews that we've done on various movies. Some we've done on the podcast, and we haven't done, some we will do, some we won't do. That is Cine Adventure or Cine Adventure, C-I-N-E Adventure. And you can send us an email at robandtonycinematicadventure@gmail.com. Once again, the and is spelled out. A-N-D is not an ampersand like the name of the podcast. But yeah, send us an email. Let us know what you thought of Best in Show. Should we do more Christopher Guest movies? Should we not do more Christopher Guest movies? What's your favorite Catherine O'Hara movie? What are some others that we should talk about on this podcast?
Deep cuts.
And let us know. We want to hear from you. And, go to our social media, give us a like and a follow, go to your favorite podcast app, wherever you're listening to us, hit that subscribe button, give us a good rating, a good review, comment on our stuff. That's how we move up in the rankings and the search and the recommendations, all that stuff, so that we can find more people that want to hear us ramble on and on about these movies that we love so much. And, we just want to be able to reach as many ears as possible. But, so this concludes our pre-Oscar miniseries to go into our Oscar series for this year, because the Oscars are just a few weeks away. So, like we said before, we are going to be, for this year's Oscar series, last year we did the Best Picture winners from various years leading up to the Oscars. This year we're going to be doing the acting categories, and we are going to be starting with Best Actress. So, Tony, why don't you tell a little bit about how we're going to be handling the Best Actress category?
We're going to go back about 20 years. We figured that we would start with a very well-known actress still today. And, we thought maybe hit a genre that is well-known sometimes to be kind of quote-unquote Oscar bait. It's also a movie that Rob and I both enjoy quite a bit. It's been a while since I've seen it.
It's been a while since I've seen it too, but I do love this movie.
But it's also got an iconic performance from the leading actor in this movie. Both of them play off each other really well. We thought we would visit Walk the Line, which features an Oscar-winning performance by Reese Witherspoon.
Yes, she won Best Actress in a Leading Role. And Walk the Line, the biopic about Johnny Cash. And Reese Witherspoon plays June Carter Cash. It's probably my favorite biopic that I've ever seen. It's definitely,
we'll discuss this next week, but biopics sometimes can be easily maligned, especially ones that are very Oscar baity.
Mm-hmm.
This one, at least from my memory of it, because it has been a while, rises above that.
Yes. This one, I think the last time that I watched it all the way through was with you.
Okay.
I think that might have been the last time that I saw it.
I think the last time I saw it.
I saw it on TV, like bits and pieces of it, but the last time I saw it all the way through, I think was the last time we watched it together. But that was years and years ago. But
it'll be good to visit again.
Yes, very much so.
It is good to revisit these Oscar-winning roles sometimes, and I think Reese Witherspoon will be a good actress to highlight.
Yeah, and Reese Witherspoon,
she's had many very good roles.
She earned the Oscar in this movie.
Yeah, she did. She had good roles before this, and she's had good roles after this. So it'll be a good way to kick it off, I believe.
Yeah, and so join us next time for Walk the Line.